It's official. The new 2023 TFSA contribution limit is $6,500. That means if you were 18 or older in 2009 when the TFSA was introduced, your total lifetime contribution limit as of 2023 will be $88,000. Now, the TFSA contribution limit, it does go up with inflation. It was almost inevitable that it would go to $6,500 in 2023. It is rounded to the next $500 increment. And with the high inflation of 2021 and early 2022, it pretty much guaranteed that we were going to see a $6,500 TFSA limit in 2023. What it also means is that we might see a $7,000 TFSA limit as early as next year or the year after. Now, $88,000, that's your cumulative lifetime contributions if you were 18 or older in 2009, but of course your account size could be quite a bit larger if you've been diligently investing over that time. In this video, we're going to look at benchmarking account size versus different portfolio types. We're also going to look at future TFSA contribution room based on 2% inflation. We're going to see what that looks like. And we're also going to look at how your TFSA could grow in the future if you continue to diligently invest in your TFSA going forward. Let's take a look. Okay, so this blog post is available on planeasy.ca. I'll put a link in the description. We do keep it up to date. It's now updated with the new 2023 TFSA contribution limit. Let's go down and take a look at some of the numbers. And if you want to take a look in more detail, you can use the blog post later. So the first thing I want to point out is we've got the new 2023 TFSA contribution limit here, $6,500. We've also got an estimate of future TFSA contribution room. Now I want to point out that if we get inflation of 3.1% or higher in 2023, then it's very possible that we can see 2024 TFSA contribution limit of $7,000. So right now, based on 2% inflation, we wouldn't quite get there until 2025. It all depends on what inflation will be in 2023. Now the other thing to point out is that depending on your age, you might have not the full cumulative TFSA contribution room of $88,000. You have to be born in 1991 or earlier. You have to have turned 18 in 2009 or earlier to get the full cumulative TFSA contribution room of $88,000. Depending on your actual date of birth and the year you turned age 18, your total cumulative TFSA contribution limit will be less. Now, TFSA growth over time, this is a great thing to benchmark if you want to get a sense of how your TFSA has been performing. So if you've been diligently investing since the beginning, since the TFSA was introduced in 2009, then you can use this to benchmark your portfolio growth. So we've got a 60-40 portfolio between equities and bonds, 80-20 and 100-0. So for an 80-20 portfolio, at the end of 2022, we'd expect about 125,000, 129 in that account based on past growth. And then with the new contribution in 2023 and the growth in 2023, by the end of 2023, we'd expect about 139,000. So as you can see, the TFSA is really accelerating now that it's getting larger with the additional contributions. Now we also want to point out how the account can grow. Before we go there, let's take a look at future TFSA contribution room. So in this chart, we've got all the past TFSA contribution room, but we're also making a prediction for future TFSA contribution room as well. Again, it's based on inflation, so we're assuming in this chart 2% inflation going forward, and this gives us our assumed growth in TFSA contribution room. You can see over time that we're going to get to 8,000 and 9,000 plus in annual TFSA contribution limit. Now, if we assume that and we keep making the maximum contributions, this is how our TFSA could grow in the future. Now this is in future dollars, so it doesn't adjust for inflation, but you can see starting off with 123,000 this year at the beginning of 2023, this is how the account could grow over time if you continue making the maximum contribution. In today's dollars, you can see that it's going to grow over to well over $1 million, potentially even $2 depending on account growth. And this assumes a 5.55% return and about 3.55% after inflation. So as you can see, it's almost inevitable that at some point your TFSA could cross $1 million if you continue diligently investing in your TFSA. My name is Owen. I'm an advice-only financial planner, a CFP, and I'm the founder of planeasy.ca. If you enjoy this video, please like and subscribe, and don't forget to hit the little bell notification icon because we're coming out with a new video every week. Thanks for watching.